On October 15th, 1988, in the bottom of the ninth in World Series Game 1, Oakland A's Hall of Fame closer Dennis Eckersley was protecting a 4-3 lead over the LA Dodgers. There were 2 outs and a runner on second. Slugger Kirk Gibson was hobbled with injuries to both legs, but manager Tommy Lasorda brought him off the bench to pinch hit. Gibson fought to a 3-2 count when Eckersley's payoff slider caught a little too much of the plate. Gibson didn't miss and punched a walk-off homer that Hall of Fame announcer Jack Buck immortalized as only he could.
Gibson swings and a fly ball to deep right field. This is going to be a home run. Unbelievable! A home run for Gibson. I don't believe what I just saw. I don't believe what I just saw.
Indeed, Mr. Buck, I can't believe what I just saw. Donald J. Trump will be the 45th President of the United States. I was utterly and completely wrong about this election. So was most everybody who pretended to know anything about politics. For the record, my boss Tom Neighbor called it. But most people got it badly, badly wrong. Polling is dead. Punditry is dead, and Trump is president. Trump and Clinton essentially tied the popular vote with a 200,000 vote plurality favoring Clinton out of 120 million votes cast. Clinton didn't do as well with women as was expected, and Trump did better with Latinos than anybody expected. Republicans held control of the House of Representatives, but the GOP was expected to suffer a net loss of as many as 20 seats, and they only lost 6. Republicans also held the Senate. As we thought, control of the Senate was a nail-biter. Republicans had a net loss of 2 seats and will enjoy a 52-48 majority. Final margins in our toss-up Senate races are instructive. Take a look at the differences between the actual election results versus the final Real Clear Politics polling averages for those toss-up states. In Indiana, NAED PAC-supported candidate Todd Young was thought to be down 2.3%, yet won by 10 points. In North Carolina, former distributor Richard Burr was up 1.6 and won by nearly 7. New Hampshire incumbent Kelly Ayotte held a 2.5% lead in the polling average and lost by 716 votes, less than a point. Missouri's Roy Blunt, another NAED PAC candidate, was tied with Jason Kander in the final polling average, but had a comfortable 3-point win. In Nevada, Harry Reid helped protect his seat for Democrats as his chosen successor, Catherine Cortez Masto, held the seat for Democrats with a 2-point win. One of the shockers of the evening came in Wisconsin, where Trump eked out an improbable 1-point win. But Senator Ron Johnson, who had been written off as lost, finished strong and held that seat. Trump also won unexpected victories in Rust Belt states, Michigan and Pennsylvania. It's clear that Americans left behind in a changing economy see Trump as a lifeline. Or maybe they just see him as a Molotov cocktail chucked at the American ruling class. It's not so much that people were looking for answers as much as they wanted to punish someone. Trump's message spoke to that resentment. Articulating the frustration that rightly seized throughout my beloved Midwest worked for Trump in the campaign, but now he has to govern. We're treated now to the quadrennial media navel-gazing about whether or not the president-elect has a mandate. The elite media still don't get it. Real people don't care about abstract constructs like mandates. They want results. So what will President Trump do for them? He's campaigned on protectionism, immigration reform, and generally winning. He's also talked a lot about infrastructure spending, which Democrats latched onto pretty quickly. Late in the game, he also pushed repealing Obamacare. Senate Democrats will filibuster any outright repeal, but there may be a deal somewhere for critical fixes to a law that simply isn't working very well. We can't automatically assume a President Trump will work hand in glove with a Republican Congress. Their priorities may be very different. Congressional Republicans want to hit the ground running on tax reform. They've been passing around a blueprint of tax reform that lowers rates and eliminates deductions. As always, we'll be forcefully working to protect LIFO and to eliminate the death tax. Trump and congressional Republicans also plan to feature regulatory reform early in the new year. We could finally see relief for businesses that have felt under siege in recent years. It'll be interesting to see what President Obama is going to do on his way out the door. Will he leave a wake of last-minute regulatory mischief for Trump to undo? We'll see. The new overtime regulations go into effect December 1st, and there's a hearing in federal court to delay them in the next week. But don't wait around hoping for legal relief. Stay tuned to hear how that suit plays out, but you need to be prepared for the regulations to go into effect on time. Finally, Republicans owe us a vote on marketplace fairness. We've been patient. We've heard excuses. Now we want to vote. Trump will take office with a Supreme Court vacancy to fill and potentially fill another 2 or 3 in his term. While I was fairly certain of a Clinton administration in preparing for a Senate Majority Leader Schumer, I posited in one of these videos that the Democrats may invoke the nuclear option for judicial appointees, meaning that the minority party would not be permitted to filibuster judicial nominees. I said I wouldn't blame Democrats for getting a simple majority vote on their Supreme Court nominees. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Leader McConnell has already signaled that he wouldn't invoke the nuclear option. And that's good for the Senate and its collegiality and all, but I think 59 million Americans just sent a giant message in the form of President Trump that they're through with the niceties of DC insiders. They want results. The ruling class ignores this message at its peril. NAED's Government Affairs Committee will be discussing our legislative priorities for the upcoming session of Congress. We'll share those priorities with you in coming weeks, and we'll ask for you to help us push Congress to act on them. For now, let us know what your priorities are. Give me a call, shoot me an email, and we can talk. That's it for our election update series, but stay tuned for a monthly series of videos telling you more about our issues and about news from the upcoming congressional session. Thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting NAED.